and welcome to United Home Audio. I'm Greg Barone, and I'm going to be talking to you a bit about the United Home Audio all-new SuperDeck system. The SuperDeck system consists of a tape transport, basically to move the tape, consists of an outboard head amp that amplifies the signal off of the tape head and outputs that to your preamplifier, and also an outboard power supply that feeds both the outboard head amp and the tape transport independently. But first, I want to talk to you about the tape transport. This tape transport is a very uncomplicated, very direct and easy way to move tape across the tape head. That's what you want. DC motors, the two reel motors are DC motors. The capstan motor is also a DC motor. There's nothing but DC motors in this deck. DC motors are very speed stable, reliable. Reliability is a big deal in tape machines because most of them are very old. This is not a 40 to 60 year old tape transport. This is a more modern design. Consequently, it has full logic controls. You can drop memo points and return to the memo points, 3 different memo points. You also have a repeat function, and you have a spool or a library feature that reduces the rewind and fast forward speed down very slow so that you can punch in to particular locations if you're looking for a specific song. Also, this particular unit has a new faceplate. You'll notice that the faceplate is very different from on the even the Ultima 4 decks. Reason being that there was no need for volume controls or switches, any of that stuff on the SuperDeck, because this is just a tape transport. That's it. All we want to do is move tape efficiently across that tape head at a very speed stable system, and that's exactly what this deck will do. The tape head resides in a Mu metal can. This is a proprietary tape head. It is only made for United Home Audio. After trying many different tape heads, I seized upon this particular output impedance and head gap, specifically because it had a very realistic and natural 3D sound, but still attained the proper dynamics that tape is capable of. That trick was performed by the UHA new head amps. Whether it's a head amp that's in the Ultima 4 deck or the much larger, much more robust outboard head amp on the SuperDeck, basically the idea was to grab the signal off that tape head, which is a very low output signal, amplify it to the point where you had the dynamics, you had the 3D, you had all of the effects that you can normally get off a tape reproduced from either an Ultima 4 or a SuperDeck. This particular tape transport has 2 scrape flutter rollers, ceramic flanges that will never wear out, so you get a very smooth and efficient passing of the tape along the tape head. We also made other cosmetic changes and changes to the cabinet. We put in a new hourglass feature at the top, which is metal and carbon fiber. It dampens the top of the deck between the 2 reels. Also covers up the power switch and a grill, power switch and a grill for a speaker that was on the stock deck. This deck also has the capability of taking various side panels to solidify the look of the deck. You'll notice here that there's a rack mount ear on the side of the deck, and you can cover that up with either, this is a Mapingo solution. There's also a Celtic logo and a steel version, just a straight steel version. And then there's also a carbon fiber option as well. In addition to that, on the outboard head amp and the outboard power supply, there will be a carbon fiber faceplate feature as well. And we'll have that in subsequent videos, no doubt. This tape transport is the beginning of the SuperDeck system. It is a very efficient, uncomplicated, reliable way to move the tape, and that's what we want. I'm Greg Barone with United Home Audio, and thanks for watching this SuperDeck video.